Guess what, you guys? We got yet another scam, MLM, pyramid scheme shut down. Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea. You know that, I know that, and I am just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and far too many correct opinions. And I have a lot of opinions about Tranzact card. Now, we have covered Tranzact card quite a bit on my channel because it is a train wreck. Can't look away from, honestly, and it is fully just off the rails. Last time we checked in with Tranzact card, it had been rebooted, rebranded into Finmore. So it was Tranzact card, then it was called Finmore. They also had not released the cards or their new banking partner that they supposedly were getting, and were still promising and they weren't doing anything with it. I truly do think it was just yet another way for this person, Peter Rancy, to scam more people, since really Richard Smith and Peter Rancy, the two co-founders of this company, are serial scammers and have previously started Ponzi schemes. It's just copy and paste of what they've done previously, in my very not humble opinion. Imagine my surprise, my utter disbelief. I was truly flabbergasted when I received an email from a little beautiful hairless moly mole that I have inside of Tranzact card, Finmore, Neo Life, whatever you want to call it, because they've rebranded a billion times to try to be little sneaky sneaks and hide from people like me and Oz from BehindMLM.com. I will have his blog linked down below. I do reference him a lot. He's amazing. Independent journalism is a dying art, and it is very much needed, and Oz is amazing. I do not believe he has a YouTube channel. He is the icon behind the blog BehindMLM.com. So feel free to go check that out. It's amazing. He's so petty. He's so beautiful. I just love him so much. And he really do be putting in that work. Okay. So independent journalism, we love that. All right. So please do go support him. Go spend some time on that website. Sign up for the email subscription on their updates, whatever you want. Okay. So I received an email from one of my little beautiful, little perfect non-cancerous moles, who got an email along with all of the other distributors or digital branch owners with Tranzact card /Finmore /Neolife. They got an email saying that Tranzact card /Finmore /Neolife is ceasing operations effective immediately. And then it had a little button that led you to a letter from Peter R. Rancy. Rancy, more like rancid, am I right? So let's go ahead and read this absolute glorious email, because this man, don't even get me started. I mean, I'm already started. I'm making a video about it. All right. So this says, announcing the complete and immediate shutdown of Tranzact card and Finmore. Oh, I'm sorry. Are they different companies? Including all operations websites, social media sites, emails, customer service, and correspondence channels. This was sent out either earlier today or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And the Tranzact card website is down. The website just says, "We heard you." And then that's it on like the main page. It's like, did you? What's going on here? I mean, I guess they did, because they are ceasing operations. And then the Finmore site, the website is still up. I don't know why. It just literally takes, you just got to click a button. I don't know why it takes them so long to do that. However, this letter says, "We have been frustrated by delays in delivery of the marketplace and the repeated need to replace contracted banks and card issuers." You'd think you'd get the hint. "Because of the federal and state regulation issues beyond our control and the incessant noise that surrounds the direct sales industry." Oh my God, that's me. I'm incessant noise. Hey, hello. But now the ability of Tranzact card and Finmore, which they are the same thing, so why are you putting them separately, to achieve their respective missions have been eroded irreconcilably. Totally. By the launch of a competitive operation. As a result of the last factor, most digital communication channels have been polluted with social media civil war that is escalating. That's dramatic. Rather than investigate or accuse any or group of individuals who may have founded or migrated to this new competitor with cross-recruiting or breaches of non-disclosure agreements or other possible contract violations, both Tranzact Card and Finmore will cease all operations immediately. Let's be clear, I do not blame any competitor for delays or mistakes of Tranzact Card and Finmore. Well, yeah, it's your fault. I would hope you can't blame them. It's your fault. You're the owner. You made this. My God. Babe, the call is coming from inside the house. It's you. However, instead of getting on with the work of Tranzact Card for most of 2024, the changeover to Finmore has taken precedence. This migration was requested by the Field Leadership Council, not initiated by corporate. I'm assuming the Field Leadership Council is kind of like how in Q Sciences, they have like an advisory board, but it's just like the top reps. That's what it sounds like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that. Y'all know you can just fire these people, right? Like how it's hilarious that he's acting like, I don't know, I gotta ask the guys upstairs. It's like, sir, Peter, you are the guy upstairs. You are in charge. What are you doing? I don't think he knows. On to the next scam though, I guess. Imagine being, not to age shame, babe, you can thrive and scam it at any age you want. But like, imagine being this old and scamming still. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you've like scammed, in my opinion, your like entire life. And it's like not sustainable. It's just like on to the next scam, you know? How has this person not been like hit by a car with like how much they've scammed? I don't know. Karma is really like out here sparing people, I guess. For legal purposes, that's a joke. I'm not going to hit him with my car. Or am I? I'm just kidding. I'm not. The new competitive entity, good word there, buddy, was swiftly created by and promoted by a number of the same leaders who had advocated moving to Finmore. It was launched even before Finmore had the chance to release its store. Oh, was it? I bet. I bet that's what happened. Oh, Lord, as if you were ever going to actually launch your store. And commissionable products. In hindsight, the last months of activity have been a complete distraction on all fronts. It's time to end the social media civil unrest and ensuing mayhem. Like, sir, what's going on over there? Like, are y'all okay? I feel like we need to check in with some of these people. Lord, maybe I should email that guy. The one that hates drag queens, and then also the one, which, no respect for him. And then also the like real sad guy who actually did email me back. Poor guy. Unless he hates drag queens too. And then we can put him directly in the garbage as well, because drag is art. And if you think otherwise, I will fight you. For legal purposes, that's a joke. It's time to end the civil unrest and ensuing mayhem. Like, what are y'all doing? You're just fighting each other. I love it. The social impact and commercial objectives of Tranzact Card and Finmore cannot be fulfilled in this environment. Both companies will cease operations immediately. Note, the new competitive entity has never been a part of Tranzact Card / Finmore. You also said that Finmore had never been a part of Tranzact Card. So, Peter, what are you doing? Clearly, you don't know. I mean, scamming, that's what you're doing. Of course, there are multiple potential or actual conflicts of interest embedded in these happenings and the crossover activities of certain field leaders, the crossover legal counsel, and the crossover of the technology team, to name a few. Babe, is it just the same company? Did you start this company too? What are you doing? While all these items are subject to further consideration by outside legal counsel, no accusation is being made here. And this is just a little cute little disclaimer so he don't get sued. But who's going to sue you? Yourself? Don't you own this company too? Taken all together, the effects have been compounding. From now, the new entity's success or failure can rise or fall based on merit, but without having access to Tranzact Card or Finmore's platforms or people to postulate positions. Postulate is such a horny word. Contracted institutional banking, investment, and commercial partners who are essential to our successful outcomes are no longer willing to enter the compounded, noisy environment of Tranzact Card and Finmore. Oh, is that the problem, Peter? Is that it? The desire to partner with us in a clean corporate environment, but not in the current muddied waters. It's your fault, but like you're the boss. You did this. I mean, technically I did, but not just me. Let's be honest. It was Julie Anderson. Julie Anderson tanked this company. That's just my opinion. Do not sue her. And if you do that, Peter Rancy, I will pay for Julie Anderson's legal fees and we will destroy you because that is a business expense. Okay. And by pay for it, I mean, I'll crowdsource it because I don't have money like that because all my money goes to the IRS because they're ruining my life. All right. Remember to pay your taxes, kids. I say as I owe the IRS like $16,000 this year. What does this mean for you? It means, as Austin McBroom says,
you guys got scammed.
All employees and contractors of Tranzact and Finmore have ceased their engagements. There will be no further correspondence from either entity. There will be no corporate correspondence from me until further notice. This may be frustrating, but is necessary for the present while we plan next steps. You mean while you rebrand into another company until you magically reemerge as the CEO of Neo Life? My email address will be the only correspondence channel maintained for these entities. I will address all necessary items from whomever in their order and within available means. Naturally, registrations for all products and services have ceased. Legal teams are working on mechanisms, that's the word, not merchandisisms, Chelsea, for the proper wind down of Tranzact and Finmore. You ain't got to do much, bud. Including proper disposition of licenses and other assets. I understand some will completely lose faith and some will stay the course. Stay the course to what? To Neo Life because you own that MLM too? I think that's what it's called. Neo, right? Nelo Life, I don't know, something like that. I understand that some will completely lose faith and so that I respect your decisions either way. Sir, just say that you own that company. What's next? Possibly, but only with proper timing and in an orderly manner. This is not a fire drill. Don't tell me what to do. The last 2 years of your efforts and ours have been proven beyond doubt the need and desire of many people to enjoy the fruits of the original social impact mission. Cannot believe he actively scammed people for this long, all while him and the co-founder have been taken to court and sued and found guilty of running Ponzi schemes and scamming people. That's wild. Increased buying power for ordinary Americans, community-driven rather than shareholder-driven banking, a reinvigoration of the community banking sector, and susceptible income-based business units. No idea what half of that means. While Tranzact and Finmore will no longer be a part of that mission, the mission has not ceased. There are many of you, plus numerous investors, are there, and a bountiful supply of vendors and service providers who want to continue that mission. If that was true, then these would have worked, most likely. In due course, you may expect to be presented with a program designed to realize the mission, but which would only be presented and released if it includes an already built, fully functioning store that's loaded with a broad array of mission-centric suppliers and products, an attractive suite of business and compensation systems suitable for multiple distribution platforms and markets, a well-capitalized and fully prepped operating team, banks, cards, and other requisite institutional partners. I feel like that should be first. And international platform that allows global alliances to operate alongside the US-based operations. Global alliances, this is not the United Nations. A pre-registration process designed to recognize and reward those who have stayed the course. That is a huge red flag to me. The entire thing is, but that key phrase right there is awful. I readily acknowledge the frustration that so many of you have experienced. Thank you for your patience and shared sense of mission. So that was yesterday on the 12th. That was awful. That's sad, but also sucks. So this is what Oz from Behind MLM has said. And keep in mind, he's been covering this since June 2023. And really, a lot of people have, but I feel like him and Julie Anderson have really been on it. And then also Platinum Chelsea as well. That's not just me with a wig on, I promise. One thing I do want to mention as well is that Julie Anderson had her Instagram account taken down due to mass reporting, and we're pretty sure it was because of these people, which is really effed up. Of course, she's not letting that stop her. She's amazing. She's still getting after it. She's still spreading awareness. She is sassy. She comes with way more empathy than I do. If you like possibly my humor and wish I was maybe a little bit more empathetic, follow Julie Anderson. You will absolutely love her. I will have her YouTube and Instagram and all that linked down below. And yes, I will remember to do it. So Oz from Behind MLM opens up this article with basically saying how long they've been covering it. And then also it's just truly wild that the solicitation for the $495 of the sign-up fee basically for the digital branch office people, the DBOs, for the affiliates, for the distributors basically, was was marketed or promoted rather with promises of people like Taylor Swift, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Trump, Barack Obama, the RNC, the DNC. Like, let's just get every side, you know? LeBron James. It's like, no. And of course, none of that came to fruition except for the My Pillow guy. Does that surprise us? No, because they had an entire section of My Pillow products, including his coffee, his comforters, his sheets, his bedding. It was weird. And like we read in the email letter that Peter Rancy sent out to all of the DBOs, Oz says in his blog post that Rancy attributes previous Tranzact card and Finmore's blunders, which given Richard Smith's history should have and were obvious, to federal and state regulatory issues beyond our control. Why would you continue to push and push and push and lie, in my opinion, and promise all these things when it, like, you knew it wasn't going to work, and realistically they knew it wasn't going to work because they've done it before. It's just copy and paste of one of the previous ones that Richard Smith started and that he tried to rebrand about 17 times. It's wild. And I actually covered that in my Tranzact card deep dive that I did. So I was pronouncing it wrong. It's called Nelo Life. So Nelo Life emerged as an attempt to cash grab what was left of Tranzact card and Finmore's promoters last month. The Finmore leaders Rancy cited as creating Finmore are Nick Sorensen, Eric Allen, and Larry Lane. Orkin Arat is the fourth founder of Neo Life. However, and conveniently, that was initially hidden from consumers. Rancy mentioned that the crossover of the technology team suggests that Arat may have also been involved in Tranzact card and Finmore. Analysis of this third turd company's compensation plan saw Behind MLM raise concerns that it was, in fact, a pyramid scheme. As more of Nelo Life's business model came to light, we later expressed security fraud concerns. This promoted a response from Eric Allen, one of the co-founders, on March 31st. While Allen stated that he actually agrees with the vast majority of Behind MLM's research that we'd published about Nelo Life, it was completely untrue. What? That doesn't make sense. Good God, this man. So personally, I think that the Nelo or Nelo Life, however you want to say it, I think it's Nelo because there's a little arrow above the, and I think it's like, I don't know, over the E? Who knows? Nelo Life. Awful, awful branding and name. I think that it's yet another rebrand and a way for them to be like, oh no, we don't have anything to do with this, like at all, which is truly crazy. And in my opinion, just gross. Also, how are these people able to just start companies? Like, kind of like how some people should not have kids or own dogs. Brittany Dawn, talking to you. But like, they just start a company. I guess that's really like this scamming way, right? It's just to start something super quick and then just cash out. For instance, that's really what has happened, in my opinion, with Tranzact card / Finmore, because since it never really came to fruition and they never really had to pay people out anything, they did a little bit, but not much. And let's be honest, they made way more money than they ever paid out. There were almost 50,000, from what we've seen, almost 50,000 people who signed up either just for the card or to be a digital branch owner. And according to Behind MLM's numbers, that would be, I mean, potentially millions of dollars. And that's very, very unfortunate. And that's just, it's just sad overall that they've cashed out and then ridden off into the sunset. And I'm sure they're going to start yet another scam. It's kind of like house flipping, but like pyramid scheme flipping. You know? Now, before we go, let's actually talk a little bit about Nelo Life, whatever you want to call it, because from what I've seen, it is just cut and dry pyramid scheme. So again, shout out to Oz at BehindMLM.com. He's the best. So from his article here from March 20th, on my birthday, is this his birthday present to me? It is. Despite actively marketing for signups, Nelo Life fails to provide ownership or executive information on its website, which is obviously super sketchy. At the time of publication, the website displays a global pre-launch timer countdown. 41 days at that time would get them to April 29th. So great, now we have another thing to keep an eye out on. And it looks like there is yet another connection from Tranzact card / Finmore to Nelo Life as well, which is this turd, Scott Cuffus. That sounds like a big ball of snot that you would like get out of your nose. It's like, ooh, gross, look at this Cuffus. Or something crusty you find under your couch. And it seems like he was a former promoter of both Tranzact card and Finmore. And he is the owner of the company Nelo Life. And then it seems like that wasn't fully the case, or maybe the company changed hands in some way, because then it came out that the owners were the people that we previously talked about, Nick Sorensen, Eric Allen, and then the super unfortunate looking Larry Lane, which he has a twin brother who has a name that rhymes with him. Again, straight to jail if you do that. Jojo Siwa, I'm looking at you. And it does seem like all of these people were previously in Tranzact Card as well, and potentially at the top of the company. And of course, Nelo Life, I don't know what it's called, okay? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just a lady with a camera and a bulldog and some crappy opinions. Just kidding, they're the best opinions. But it seems like Nelo Life has no products or services that they're actually selling. And affiliates are basically only promoting and selling the opportunity to be an affiliate for the company itself, which makes no sense, but okay. And when I say that they don't have any products or services, what I mean is that they don't have anything tangible. And okay, there's some companies that don't sell tangible items, meaning things you can touch with your little tiny grabby hands. But what they're selling is like travel discounts, which I would be very surprised to even see if that comes to fruition as well. But we will see on April 29th. Or will we see? Will it be postponed? Probably. Let's take bets. So basically, it's just a membership or an affiliate program where you are earning commission once you get other people to also sign up under you. But you are also, again, like I said, paying to join. And by the FTC's guidelines, I mean, that is a pyramid scheme. You're paying for a membership and then getting other people to do it and making money off of that instead of actually making money selling like the thing. And of course, they can try to say that it is a multi-level marketing opportunity, but it's not. And a turd by any other name is just as stinky. So to close our little Tranzact Card era, it's not real close. We're going to keep that cracked, okay? Like a plumber's butt. Tranzact Card miserably failed, kept promising everything, and then rebranded, blamed it on us, into Finmore, and then that miserably failed because the top leaders in that company went over and started a straight up, in my opinion, pyramid scheme. And then from there, Tranzact Card and Finmore have ceased to exist and completely shut down. I am of the belief, however, that the owner of these companies will just go straight over to Nelo or Nelo Life, whatever it's called, and join that instead. Again, it's just a cash grab, in my opinion, like all of these things have been. And it's just a way for them to try to get as much money as they can out of these people. I mean, all these people are scammers. In my opinion, it is very important that you understand that if someone is vague about who the owner of the company is, and just if they're not completely transparent about the company, about the structure, about how exactly you get paid, if how you get paid is not easy to understand and you need 17 different charts to have it explained to you, please be cautious when handing over your money, but especially when they are super, super vague and have like all the hype around it like this. And also if you have to pay to work, that's not how that works. No, that means you're a volunteer customer, okay? So this has been a wild ride, but hey, raise your hand if you helped get Tranzact Card shut down. Me and you did it too by watching my videos. So subscribe to Julie Anderson, subscribe to me if you would like, but I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. Remember, what looks good? Your butt cheeks look great, fantastic, so wonderful. Remain assertive, let these know. And I will see you in my next video. And I will see you when we talk about the launch of this company, which is apparently happening next week. We'll see about that. Also, as always, with these Tranzact Card videos, feel free to look in the comments after a few days and see True Delusion, because it's quite wonderful and I love it oh so much. Okay, goodbye.